When a 20-stone man hits you on the jaw compared to a man at 17, it's a bit different, for sure. I'm going to beat him that bad on Saturday. He ain't going to want a rematch, but I believe that I was the best I could have been. I don't think I could have done any better. Maybe if they'd have said to me, write you down in the last 2 rounds, I probably could have went out and tried to attack him and tried to get him out of there myself. But other than that, I've done the best I could, you know. He's a good fighter.
Just finish, please. Rematch, gentlemen. Thoughts?
Sorry?
Rematch, thoughts?
Yeah, you know, we just had a fight. If you can see my face, I'm pretty busted up, and he's gone to the hospital with a broken jaw, and he's busted too. So we couldn't out of each other for 12 rounds there. So we're going to go home, eat some food, drink a few beers, spend some family time, walk my dog, go to the tip, and me and Frank will talk about what's going to happen in the future.
A historic fight took place between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk, marking a significant moment in boxing history, especially after their previous encounter a few months earlier. Now, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, has dropped a bombshell that has the entire boxing world buzzing. What exactly is this bombshell, and what does it mean for Fury's future in the sport? Watch this video until the end to find out. As they say, blink and you might miss a trick. Tyson Fury has become a household name in boxing, with millions eagerly awaiting his next appearance in the ring. His rematch with Ukrainian Oleksandr Usyk in 2024 was one of the most watched sporting events of the year.
In the first career, what I call the first career up until becoming world champion after Klitschko, and making the comeback at 30 years old. Like, when you think of sports people at 30, they're usually nearly always done, aren't they? Whether it be footballers, tennis players, rugby, anybody. To make a comeback from nothing, 30 stone, to getting back to the top of the world again, that was an epic journey. And only yesterday I was saying to Paris, like, to make a comeback at 30 years old, coming back from...
However, the focus here is not on what happened inside the ring, but rather on what occurred afterward. Tyson Fury made a statement so unexpected that it has left many in disbelief. It's so far from the norm that even the biggest boxing fans are struggling to accept the possibility that Fury himself would consider such a move.
You go to the gym, come back, you eat, you go back to your room, watch TV. I watched everything on the television that there is. And then, yeah, you go to the gym again.
And do you stay in contact with Paris and the kids, or is it once a day, once a week? Do you have to be sort of quite strict about that?
I've not spoke to Paris for 3 months. Not a word. Not spoke to anyone, not been on my phone. I've been away from it all.
And is that something you've worked out over the years that works for you?
No, I just wanted to give myself the best opportunity I can.
The shocking statement is something you'll need a moment to process, as it's highly unlikely anyone would expect it to come from Fury himself. Known for his strong family values, Fury revealed a deeply surprising decision he made ahead of the fight, a decision that calls into question everything we thought we knew about the Gypsy King in recent times.
My man's close on to 40-year-old with an army of kids and everything. It's not really about me anymore. I suppose when I was coming up in my young teens and early 20s, it was about me. I wanted to be rich and I wanted to be well off, and I wanted to have a family. I wanted all them things. And it probably would have meant a lot then, because it would have had an outcome on my life. But the fact is, it doesn't have any outcome on my life. It's only a boxing fight, and I can still do the same stuff regardless of win, lose, draw, knockout, whatever. Do you know what I mean? If I'd have knocked him out in the first 10 seconds, it wouldn't have altered my life at all. I wouldn't have done anything different. You know, people say, oh, you could use your name as heavyweight champion. I've never once used it as heavyweight champion. In the past 4 years or 5 years, I was champion. I didn't go anywhere. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm not someone who's going to chuck my name around anyway to get stuff. If I want something, I buy it, pay for it there and then. You know, I don't need to.
In an interview with TNT Sports, Fury admitted that during the lead-up to the fight, he purposely isolated himself from his family for 3 months. He hadn't spoken to his wife, Paris, for the entire duration. Fury said, "It's been a long camp, being away from my wife and kids for 3 months. I haven't spoken to Paris at all. Not one word. Yes, I've sacrificed a lot." When asked if the sacrifice was worth it, he answered, 100%. He also shared his excitement for the holidays, saying, "I'll be flying home for Christmas, plenty of eggnog, minced pies, turkey, and all that. I can't wait. I wish it was tonight and I was going home in the morning." His statement might not have been what many expected after such a monumental fight, But it wasn't the only revelation Fury made.
Good light heavyweight, good cruiserweight. He beat some good average heavyweights, good world contender heavyweights, stepped up to the big boys, beat. So I expect the same from Oleksandr, to be fair. Who was the other one? Sultan Ibragimov. He was Olympic silver medalist. He was 20-0. He was world... I think he beat Shannon Briggs for the world championship. And he was found wanting against Vladimir Klitschko at Madison Square Garden. So I could just keep going on and on and on and on. Let's use Johnny Nelson, for instance. Johnny was he was an undefeated cruiserweight when he was cruiserweight, but every time he stepped up heavyweight, he got bashed. So it's facts. It's facts. I'm not slagging anybody.
Fury also exposed something about Usyk that many fans were unaware of: Usyk's previous weight division before deciding to step up and face the British boxer. Fury explained that Usyk's move to the heavyweight division played a role in his victory in the rematch. The British boxing legend pointed out that when a boxer moves up a weight class, it can expose weaknesses that might not have been apparent before. While this revelation might seem unusual, it is backed by the fact that stepping up in weight class presents numerous challenges. Although there's no universal rule, several factors contribute to the difficulties a fighter faces when making such a transition.
And it was edge of the seat stuff, Bob. Could have swung either way. But, when it comes down to it, when I have to pull the chips out every time, I've delivered 33 times in a row, and I never let anyone down. I always give it me all, 100%. And I came into this fight tonight thinking, you can only do your best in life, and whatever's meant to be, whatever's destined, written in the stars for you, will be. And that's it. I trained hard, I dedicated my life, and I got the victory tonight. And I just want to say thank you to God, and thank you to all my team and all that. And it was a great time. But I've been home for 2 weeks out the last 6 months. I just had a little daughter born. I didn't have the best preparations in camp, but I don't make excuses. I came here, I was fit as a fiddle, and as strong as an ox. So it was what it was. But now I'm going to go home and regroup and spend some well-earned time with my kids.
Moving up in weight often means facing larger and potentially more powerful opponents, which increases the likelihood of struggles, especially if a boxer finds it difficult to adjust to the increased size and strength of their adversaries. One of the primary difficulties faced by boxers like Usyk when moving up is effectively carrying their punching power. In higher weight divisions, fighters are typically heavier and can absorb more punishment while delivering stronger blows. If a boxer can't maintain their punching power, they may struggle to compete effectively. Boxers with the necessary skill and experience to compete across multiple weight classes tend to fare better, while those lacking this adaptability may find the transition more difficult. There are several examples of boxers who have moved up in weight and seen their performance decline. For instance, former champion Jamie Munguia struggled after moving up, losing 2 out of 3 fights, including a major upset against Bruno Sirott. This highlights that not all boxers successfully make the transition to higher divisions. A mistake many boxers make is attempting to rapidly increase their size to match those in higher divisions, which can be harmful. This approach may cause them to lose speed, stamina, and power, ultimately affecting their performance. Instead of traditional bodybuilding programs focused on size, training should emphasize functional strength and speed to help boxers succeed. To accommodate the additional muscle mass, boxers often increase their training frequency, blending skill work, sparring, and strength training into multiple daily sessions. However, the body may not always adapt to the new demands, and some boxers might find they lose the endurance they had at a lower weight. Speed is another important aspect to consider. To prevent losing speed, training programs should include a balance of speed, power, and strength exercises. This might include plyometric drills and explosive movements early in workouts when energy levels are highest. However, these changes might create new challenges as boxers may not have the same endurance as they did in their previous division. Nutrition also plays a crucial role in the transition. Boxers moving up in weight need to adjust their caloric intake to support muscle growth, which often involves consuming more calories than they did at their previous weight. A focus on lean proteins, low GI carbohydrates, and healthy fats is essential to fuel training and recovery. Sparring sessions will likely need to be adjusted to account for the increased size and strength of opponents, and boxers must adapt their techniques to handle larger fighters. This may involve changes in footwork, distance management, and defensive strategies. As a boxer gains weight, They may need to refine their techniques to execute skills effectively at the new weight, as movements might feel different due to the increased mass. Transitioning to a higher weight division requires a comprehensive approach that balances muscle gain with maintaining speed and agility. While some boxers successfully adapt to the challenges of competing in a higher weight class, most struggle. In summary, while not every boxer who moves up in weight loses more often, as Tyson Fury claimed after his rematch, many face increased challenges that can lead to a higher rate of losses.
Like a standing count, do you know what I mean? So, I've only been put down 7 times. Here's one lawyer. Can I be classed as being put down 8 times because one was a standing count? Can't be, can I? There we go, thank you. I feel much better now. Geety, you look about 20 years younger with that hairstyle and them glasses. Teenager, you look like a Spice Girl.
I just heard you saying there that when you were asked about do you have to do anything differently or better, etc., and you said not really.
Yeah.
Can you explain that?
Well, not really. It is what it says on the ticket, really. Like I say, I did a fantastic performance in my last fight.
Fury has also shared his reasons for seeking a rematch with Usyk. In an exclusive interview with TNT Sports, Fury's promoter, Frank Warren, revealed that slight adjustments were made for the second fight against the Ukrainian fighter. These adjustments were evident during the bout, particularly with Fury's jab. He kept the jab going, which helped relax the fighter and allowed everything to flow off it. While both fighters were looking for big punches, Fury's jab often neutralized those attempts. Fury explained that he was determined to secure a rematch because he believed he won the first fight in May. He later shared with the media that after watching the fight with Usyk multiple times, he realized the mistakes he made. Fury believed both fighters were highly motivated for the second bout, but he knew from their first encounter that a few adjustments could make a significant difference in the rematch. Having already fought each other, they both understood each other's strengths and weaknesses, and the first fight had clearly taken something out of both of them. It was a tough and brutal contest. After the fight, speculation arose regarding Fury's future, with some analysts suggesting that retirement could be next. However, Fury quickly dismissed such notions, telling Sky Sports, "I'm not interested in all that stuff. That stuff's for the lame. I'm ready for action, guaranteed satisfaction."
A lot easier. People saying, oh, he's a hard man to hit. I was lighting him up 3 and 4 punch combinations, laughing at him. My problem in that fight, I probably had too much fun. It was probably too easy. At times, it was too easy. It was like I was in there with a local amateur boxer, and I was just enjoying it too much and messing around. And you paid the ultimate price in round 9, where I got a 10-8 round and got clipped. And that's what happens when you have too much fun. And they always tell me, never mix your work with having fun. And I've always given them the middle finger, and it's come back now, hasn't it, Tim?
There are also rumors circulating about a potential showdown between Tyson Fury and former heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. However, opinions differ on whether a Fury versus Joshua fight will still carry the same significance after the Brits' recent bout with Usyk. While it may not have the same level of hype as it once would have, this all-British clash would undoubtedly remain a major event, full of intrigue as fans debate who would come out on top. Will the boxing gods allow this matchup to happen, or is Fury versus Joshua destined to be a missed opportunity?
Joshua said post-fight that belts or no belts, he'd still like to fight you down the line. Is that something you would still be interested in if there were no belts on the line?
Well, this is coming from a guy who's got no belts now. But before, it was like, I don't care about who the fighter is. It's all about the belts and the road to undisputed. All that. It was never about Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder for Anthony Joshua. It was always about the belts. You know, now he doesn't have any belts.
Another exciting possibility is a fight between Fury and Daniel Dubois. Interestingly, Dubois recently claimed the IBF heavyweight title that Usyk vacated, retaining the belt with a stunning victory over Anthony Joshua at Wembley Stadium. It's clear that Dubois is ready for a fight against either Fury or Usyk, even declaring his intentions publicly. "I'm coming for their belts," he told Sky Sports. "Definitely the top guys. I want them all. I'm going to rip right through them. If it's Usyk, then it's revenge, and if it's Fury, I'm ready to cover that territory as well." We'll deal with it when we get there. However, Dubois is currently focused on his title defense, with his next IBF title defense set for February 22nd in Rad, against former WBO champion Joseph Parker.
Get that much sweeter in front of Fury and Usyk as well, because those guys are now eyeing up you as their next opponent.
Yeah, they're my targets now. These are. I want to get my rematch and put the wrong right, and God bless, and just come through it.
Dubois has his eyes on a fight with either Usyk or Fury later in 2025, but is not overlooking Parker. That's all on the line for him as well. He'll be fighting just as hard as I am. Never overlook anyone. Deal with him first, and then we can move on to that one, Dubois stated. As for the current heavyweight contenders without a title, he believes Parker is in the best form, having secured impressive victories over Zhang Zhong and Deontay Wilder. Despite this, Dubois has chosen him for a voluntary defense. The most realistic future fight for Fury, however, might be a trilogy with Usyk. Heavyweight boxing has been defined by iconic trilogies in the past.
Buzzers, everything hangs out with its own. White people are cultures different from black people. Puerto Ricans and Indonesians cannot integrate. Egyptians and Germans cannot integrate. Australians and Mexicans cannot integrate. They have different foods, they have different music, different cultures. See, you white and I'm black. If white people have a party tonight and black people have a party, the party will be 100% different. The music, I go in a white restaurant, we integrate today, right? You go in a white restaurant, you got to look all day on the jukebox to find some music.
No. At our party, we'll have Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, and...
Let me tell you now, if I go Quail jukebox in a white restaurant, anybody black Italian here, you got to look all over that box for some black music. Hank Snow, Johnny Cash,
Josh White.
All kind of names I ain't never heard of. When that train comes around that mountain, when that train comes.
Muhammad Ali had intense rivalries with Joe Frazier and Ken Norton, while Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe fought 3 times in the epic 1990s.
Tyson, get that ball. Get that ball. Right here.
Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury engaged in a classic trilogy, with the fighters drawing once before Fury triumphed by stoppage in 2 subsequent bouts. Each of those 3 fights was filled with drama, brutality, and knockdowns, and while Fury emerged victorious, both men gained immense respect from the boxing world.
The best in the world, unquestionable from. Don't talk about it no more. Yes, the man done it. More than 1-2, Tyson.
I wouldn't say thank you for believing in me. When you give me the opportunity, but it's precious well. I hold it very, very dear to me. I'll put the Mayan belt on top of my prize collection. This will be going right at the top. This was the only belt that have aided me over the years. And I just want to say thank you again for giving me the opportunity twice. God bless you and your family.
How about our time?
A long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. Sing along if you don't want. And I knew that I had my chance.
The same could happen with Usyk. During the build-up to his rematch with Usyk, Fury has stated multiple times that he wants to be the first heavyweight to have 3 trilogies at the highest level. After his rematch with the brilliant Ukrainian, he may have the opportunity to achieve that goal. Do you think Tyson Fury is the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching.
A bit back in the press conference there.
Yeah,
even Frank caught a few stray bullets.
Yeah, Frank got a couple of jabs with the left hook combined. I'm very unhappy that Frank's put a gagging order on Derek, because, you know, without that gagging order, he would have done something different here today, and I'm quite sure of that. So I'm going to have to speak to Frank and tell him to take that gagging order off him. But other than that, I think, you know, very, very, very happy with the press turnout, and big respect to those guys.
What timepiece?
Big respect. I'm just rocking the latest timepiece of the Fury collection. It's an Apple Watch for about £100.
Checking his steps for the day.
You come to London with an RM on or a Rolex.
All right, though, big man.
Yeah,
listen, nobody can fight a knife in the throat, something, can they?
True.
That's why knife crime sucks, and anybody who carries a knife is a coward. And I said it first. Yeah, so really, really happy. Looking forward to the fight. 70,000 people.
Moving up in weight often means facing larger and potentially more powerful opponents, which increases the likelihood of struggles, especially if a boxer finds it difficult to adjust to the increased size and strength of their adversaries. One of the primary difficulties faced by boxers like Usyk when moving up is effectively carrying their punching power. In higher weight divisions, fighters are typically heavier and can absorb more punishment while delivering stronger blows. If a boxer can't maintain their punching power, they may struggle to compete effectively. Boxers with the necessary skill and experience to compete across multiple weight classes tend to fare better, while those lacking this adaptability may find the transition more difficult. There are several examples of boxers who have moved up in weight and seen their performance decline. For instance, former champion Jamie Munguia struggled after moving up, losing 2 out of 3 fights, including a major upset against Bruno Sirott. This highlights that not all boxers successfully make the transition to higher divisions. A mistake many boxers make is attempting to rapidly increase their size to match those in higher divisions, which can be harmful. This approach may cause them to lose speed, stamina, and power, ultimately affecting their performance. Instead of traditional bodybuilding programs focused on size, training should emphasize functional strength and speed to help boxers succeed. To accommodate the additional muscle mass, boxers often increase their training frequency, blending skill work, sparring, and strength training into multiple daily sessions. However, the body may not always adapt to the new demands, and some boxers might find they lose the endurance they had at a lower weight. Speed is another important aspect to consider. To prevent losing speed, training programs should include a balance of speed, power, and strength exercises. This might include plyometric drills and explosive movements early in workouts when energy levels are highest. However, these changes might create new challenges as boxers may not have the same endurance as they did in their previous division. Nutrition also plays a crucial role in the transition. Boxers moving up in weight need to adjust their caloric intake to support muscle growth, which often involves consuming more calories than they did at their previous weight. A focus on lean proteins, low GI carbohydrates, and healthy fats is essential to fuel training and recovery. Sparring sessions will likely need to be adjusted to account for the increased size and strength of opponents, and boxers must adapt their techniques to handle larger fighters. This may involve changes in footwork, distance management, and defensive strategies. As a boxer gains weight, they may need to refine their techniques to execute skills effectively at the new weight, as movements might feel different due to the increased mass. Transitioning to a higher weight division requires a comprehensive approach that balances muscle gain with maintaining speed and agility. While some boxers successfully adapt to the challenges of competing in a higher weight class, most struggle. In summary, while not every boxer who moves up in weight loses more often, as Tyson Fury claimed after his rematch, many face increased challenges that can lead to a higher